find meaning in your life?
I find meaning through... I definitely find things that I have to do or want to do or am intrigued by somehow. People tell me what to do sometimes and I disagree and that gives me something to do, or I agree and then that gives me something to do. I suppose there are a few different ways of looking at things. People say that you learn in your life, so I've kind of taken it on a bit to look at the things that happen and then look at how they impact me or the way that I see the world and impact what I'm able to do or develop what I'm able to do. So the meaning comes in as like what has happened done to me, or what I could do to me, or what's happening doing to me, and that is part of meaning.
Is the search for meaning something that you are overtly aware that you are in pursuit of, or is it more that you're less focused on specifically finding meaning and more focused on other things? And if that's the case, what are those other things?
There should be more of a pursuit of harmony. Or not even a pursuit, there should just be more harmony. So there's less to do and more just basic needs being met together. And less pointless needs being, or wants being created and met in destructive ways. And I think meaning... I definitely feel a lot of fear around not really knowing what I'm doing, but then there's also part of me that really enjoys like not knowing what I'm doing at all and just sort of wandering around and seeing what goes on, because it's quite fun and there's a lot that goes on. Like definitions maybe of myself are quite repulsive, and then some of them are like, wow, yeah, I'm amazing. I think I could, yeah, there's part of me that is like creating a meaning, creating a personality and a career and a lifestyle that somehow feels good, and then there's part of me that is just going with it, and then there's part of me that is like a bit more impulsive and repulsive and create some meaning and a personality that's a bit more like, yeah, not what I want to be, but it's like a bit more responding to urge and maybe addictive ways of being. But yeah, I suppose meaning comes... It feels like the meaning has been to like refine my way of being to the most enjoyable way of being, and everything that's associated with things being enjoyable or pleasant, you know. I think part of that is doing difficult things as well, and things that are disgusting or scary as well. I think about direction a lot and mission, and I feel very excited about different things that I would like to do. But yeah, it's interesting. I really enjoy myself when I feel like I'm living it, not just thinking about it, and I'm acting in ways that are that, and I suppose that feels like meaning. I'm interacting with not just a mental purpose, but like I'm interacting with what feels like a meaningful purpose, not just mentally, but like with my actions, and it feels really good.
Is the meaningful purpose geared towards a pursuit of harmony?
It's definitely geared towards a pursuit of harmony, as well as other things.
Yeah, the aspect of meaning that comes to you from the pursuit of harmony sounds to me like it's one aspect of myriad ways in which you find meaning. Some of that is internal, some of that is external from the things that happen to you, and can be a total surprise in some senses, if I'm interpreting what you're saying.
So I just got itchy foot.
You have a harem of beautiful women here to scratch that for you.
Can you do that?
Off-camera
The
scratching
top.
currently taking place.
What was the question?
I don't know, but it looks to me like you found some sense of meaning down there.
So, yeah. It was something about harmony, but
yeah, meaning for you tends to, or sounds to me like it comes from a multitude of different sources.
yeah, it does. And then you get the occasional warnings of like, if you don't have a story, someone will give you one. You know, or if you don't have a meaning, someone will put you to work. Or that's basically what they're saying. You know.
So better to take a meaning from others or to invest in the pursuit of finding one's own meaning?
See, it's difficult because then it's like, how do you know if you found it or if someone's suggested it and you just don't know? Like, where do you get your ideas? How do you know that they're yours? And so yeah, it's I think. And how do you know if your feelings are just being evoked by something that you just maybe aren't aware of in the environment? So I think tuning in, a process of like tuning in to what I am feeling and all the different things, and then following, there's like an exciting way, there's an exciting feeling, which is like, if I'm going to follow any meaning or feeling or thing, why not do the thing that feels good? And if someone suggested, I don't know, if it's just kind of, maybe I'm a bit not very trusting, but just to go, maybe I'm being influenced in the right ways by people that I'm not aware of influencing me, hopefully. And if not, I don't know if it actually even matters, but it'll be alright, probably, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, next question.
I think you'll be alright. You seem to have navigated relatively well so far.
Yeah.
You've got a big smile on your face, that's got to count for something.
Hopefully.
How do you handle conflict?
It depends what it is. I think I can be very forgiving and submissive, but then I can also be very direct and confrontational. I'm rarely violent with people that I feel like could kill me, but for people that I know I could probably beat up, I'm quite easily violent, it doesn't really matter. If I can be annoying to someone, so if someone tells me not to do something at work and they've got no reason to be able to tell me to do anything, I like to do it louder or more, just because it's like, no, you can't tell me what to do. Yeah, I suppose in that way I'm quite a reactive person. I do respond to people. I think it's impossible not to respond to people. But how I respond to people changes. I think I do generally like to find common reason or common. I like to calm people down and myself and not escalate things. Usually. I think. Yeah.
How do you nurture your friendships?
I don't know if I do. Really. I think when people spend time with me, they feel good because I'm generally a nice person. And if I feel something good about someone, that would mean that I'd give them a compliment, I'd give it to them. So maybe just like compliment, I'm quite complimentary and encouraging, I hope. I think I'm encouraging. But yeah, outside of that, maybe just getting in touch. I reckon, I think in the past I've done more of this, but I reckon I'm pretty good at listening to people when they have problems that they need help with, or if they need advice, I'm probably up for giving it to them. Honest advice. I reckon I'm pretty honest. So reliable in that way. And I think if people ask me to do things, I'm pretty honest and reliable. Honest and reliable if the honesty means I can do it, or if I say that I can do it, do whatever they need. I feel like I could be more nurturing to my relationships, to my friendships. I like to have variation in my life in terms of who I'm hanging out with. But I think maybe it would be good to have people that I just check in with. I don't know though. So, I don't know. Maybe just like, again, if someone comes into my mind, and I do this actually, then I just give them a message and I'll say like, oh, it'd be nice to see you. But that's not very long term. I don't know. I haven't had that many long lifelong friends, unless they're like family friends and our parents are friends. That kind of keeps things together. But I'm not that old, so I don't know.
I will just add that I have been the recipient of one of those lovely checking in, how you doing, brother, messages.
Yeah. I think they're pretty rare. I wouldn't say that I get... Oh no, I do get messages from people. Yeah, I hope it felt good. I think it felt good. You're here now.
I mean, we're still friends, aren't we?
Yeah. I don't know... Yeah, I don't know what people are meant to be in relation to me. If they don't... No one has any obligation to spend any time with me, and I don't really have any obligation to spend any time with anyone else. So... I've heard about some cultures, in this country, but like some cultures where all the brothers put their money into a pot, and all of their wives live in one house. It's like a big family. And then they use their money to like invest in different things, and they've all got houses and they've all got cars. Whereas I'm like it's me and my mum, and we could just cut off contact. I don't know. There's something about being in something like that where it's like it's nice to have that. I can imagine it's nice to have that feeling of being held in something. But then I can imagine it could be quite horrible to feel held in something as well. I suppose it just would depend how the mood that you're in on that day. Like, this is a hell prison, or this is like so secure I'm in the castle, But the question was something... What was the question?
It was about nurturing friendships.
Oh yeah, aspiring to that. Not necessarily... I mean, I feel like I'm there, but also I don't feel like anyone's really going anywhere because my friend, I don't know. Maybe if I decided to throw like proper hissy fit and just be a bit of a dickhead, which I kind of feel like I would enjoy, but I might just destroy all my relationships. But that might be quite satisfying, you know, just to be. You hear about people that are just radically honest, and I don't know, it could be really. I think I am pretty honest, and I think I do enjoy my friends, but what if I just wanted to be a dickhead? And I don't know. It's a weird hypothetical, actually. But where would they go? And would I just be alone, or would some people just put up with it?
You test it out sometimes.
I think I do test it out. Wait.
Is that live, real-time confirmation?
Oh yeah. I was doing it. It's a weird thing that I watch myself do, where it's like just pushing the boundary a bit. Like, are you going to put up with this? Are you going to still put up with this? I don't know. I don't really understand it. It's kind of
How do you have the tough conversations?
I suppose it's the same as conflict. I either come in with some sharpness, or I soften up. Usually honesty and talking about feelings. If I help someone understand me, or I help them explain to me how they feel, then it usually helps things go smoother. If you get that shared understanding, or just have a proper argument, because they're always quite fun. You know, just really shout. Can be really good. I don't know if it is satisfying if you do it, but it's I feel like sometimes it's on the path to satisfaction. Is like, right, we've done that and we know that doesn't work. It's kind of like we've exercised a little bit of frustration, and then now it's like, as we're cooling off, it's like we want to be a bit more tender, and we can meet in a more heartfelt way, more about feelings and common understanding, just like empathizing with each other. I think being able to feel and understand. That's an automatic word, that one. Just like see each other, basically. That's what I mean. Yeah.
How do you manage your self-talk?
There are a few things. I can just go with it sometimes, just really wind myself up. But that's not really managing it. Or I can, I don't know, it's interesting. Some of my self-talk sounds like other people sometimes. So it's even more convincing that it's not self-talk.
People that you know or people that you don't know?
People that I know, always.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes doing something, like going for a run, or having a shower, or writing can be good sometimes. If talking can kind of unstick things, because then you can see them. But that's usually when there's big feelings. Listen to it and respond. Sometimes it's a voice saying, go for a run. It's like, oh yeah, maybe, yeah. Sometimes it's a part of me that's like speaking about something I'm not very sure about. and I might have to give myself some positive reinforcement or encouragement. My friend showed me something where you can basically generate feelings from memories. So you can remember what it feels like to feel grateful. So you can just focus on that, and then with practice, just as you remember those feelings, you can bring them into kind of let go of other feelings you might be feeling, and then bring those feelings that like gratitude back into your experience that you're having right now through just remembering what it feels like and then focusing on the feeling. It's like when you could probably know what I mean if you haven't experienced this, but if you think about something horrible that's happened, you can generate the feeling of that moment in the moment that you're in.
Absolutely.
And you can start to feel like you're about to be attacked. If you remember the time that you were attacked, you're like, it's happening now. You can do the same with any emotion, I think. I know that you can do the same with any emotion, and depending on how I feel, a lot of the time impacts the way that I'm thinking. So my self-talk will change from I feel scared and I don't think that I should do that because whatever, to oh yeah, actually change the feelings changed, so maybe I could do whatever I want and I'm actually fully capable to do anything. And it would actually be quite fun. I'm still trying to understand if just changing the way I feel suppresses the feelings that I'm having, or they just go. Like, how does the system that I'm playing with actually work? Like, am I suppressing things, or am I just switching over to a different frequency of thinking and feeling? Do I have a responsibility to be with the parts of me that are like, you can't do whatever you want, and you have to feel like you can't do anything right now. And yeah, you can't do anything. Like you have to kind of put your head down and I don't know, feel like shit. But it seems like a weird responsibility. I don't think that is. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
How do you fall in love with life?
Ooh.
Crack.
That was a crack.
Foot masseurs.
How do I fall in love with life? I mean, something someone told me a few years ago was just like gratitude is the antidote to everything.
The antidote to suffering is gratitude.
I don't know if it's prayer, but it kind of is prayer. Like gratitude, so you are in the state to see things as, so I put my gratitude glasses on. It's like, if I've felt amazing things before, so if I'm not feeling very good, and then I just make myself feel a little bit good, or do something that will make me start to feel good, then the glasses get put on, and then maybe like the tint, the rose tint, the love tint gets turned on even more, the intensity is turned up more and more, and then it's just like I'm engaging at that point from I'm expecting to be excited and I'm expected to be loved, and then it's like, how could you not love this? What is amazing around you, because you're just tuned in with that, and because you feel so good, you're doing things more generous. Yeah, you're just being more generous and being more present and generous with your attention and affection, and then things just kind of double and come back, and then it's just like a whirlwind of, and like it just grows into all of that. But then I suppose you could probably fall in love with the freedom of being able to have a shit time or a really good time as well. So the freedom of being able to move between all of it is quite nice. And then the freedom to be completely wrong about all of that, and that's all bullshit, and actually good things just happen anyway, even if I don't try. And shit things happen. I don't know if I could fall in love with it. If I am in love with it, I'm not sure. I think sometimes. I think people experience what goes on with stories that are they give their stories. No, the emotions are like filters, and the filters are put on to the camera, the experiencer, and then that filters only the stories that are able to come through that filter will be what the person's experiencing.
And do you actively use those glasses as a way to engage with certain experiences and control the outcomes emotionally that you want by the filters that you choose to apply?
Yeah, or it helps me. I mean, this is like only last year, I'd say. So there's definitely like room to, I mean, as I work with the ideas and explore them, there's like, this is actually not easy, because what if you feel like shit? Then there's like the active effort, because then you have to see through, it does help, because then it's like, there's a kind of hint of the knowing of like, you are just seeing it through the emotion, whatever it is. If it's a bad thing, if it's uncomfortable, it's like you're just seeing it through the emotion. So you could, if you can summon the will, you can decide to change it.
I like that.
But what's the reason that you would summon the will? If you feel like shit, you could just stay in that. Or, I don't know, something happens and then... But yeah, it does help. It has definitely helped me feel like I'm not just a leaf in the wind, and that I have some kind of... at least have the option to have an impact on how I feel and the experience that I have of... And if I do feel something, then I know that it's all story, basically. There's nothing really going on. I'm just experiencing it through something.
I really like that idea to apply the next time I'm in a shit situation, that I can mentally reach over for my sunglasses and have some control over the lens with which I decide to uplift my experience. I think that I would like to call that the Seamus sunglass solution.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a huge amount of power there.
You can also get real glasses that are rose tinted, and I think they might be proven to actually make you feel better.
Are you thinking of setting up some kind of Amazon affiliate?
Funny you are.
Seamus, thank you for sharing your life lessons.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Hey!
Hey.